Komodo dragons are going extinct?
Yeah.
Why?
They're
There's not enough men?
a lot of the bulls are eating the young offspring, so there's not enough of them. So the females are.
Hey everybody, this is Joe McGregor with OGA, Ohio Gaming Alliance. Tonight we have the Misled Moguls continuing on their journey in the Crunchios regions.
Life finds a way.
Life finds a way. Mr. Peppers, can you pull the camera ever so slightly to the upward position, just a little tiny
Senor
bit?
Pimento.
Aha! Yes.
Perfect.
Perfect. Okay, gonna push this in over here.
Hey Joe, just so you know, I can't see anything on my end.
What? Interesting. Everything's popping up perfect on my end.
Like all I see is the picture of your face.
Okay.
Well,
It's popping up on the live feed, so we're gonna
still
rock
can
with
see
it.
it.
Okay. Give me a second.
Get my mini out.
Okay, when I scroll over and I see all the people, then I see it. But like
There
if
you
I'm
go.
just on the screen where it just shows whoever's talking, then I only see the picture of your face. Or like when Lonzo talks, I see his dwarf picture.
Rock on.
Dwarf.
Okay. Well, we are officially live. It looks like we are good for every channel that we have, so that's awesome. So we've got that going for us. Let's go ahead and get this clicked over. I want to pull up Incarnate so I can show the regions that we're in, the Crunchios regions. Darn it, that was that artist I was going to look at that my student was telling me about.
This one is also
Check it out
missing a
later.
number.
Alright, so let's go over to Guardia, the world of Guardia.
I didn't realize it was missing an arm until just said
In this bad boy real quick.
it's either in this bag or
Incarnate, folks.
I found
We've been
it.
using it for a little while for our world map. It's worked out pretty well for us anyway. We've enjoyed it. Crunchios regions. Right here. In the northern regions of the Old Draw Mountains. So Stelios Crunchios. And his brother, who has been going by the name Edgar, but you know him by what, Stelios?
Orion.
Yep.
It looks like maybe this was put on later anyway, because it does not match the other material. So perhaps that is why it fell off.
A little bit bigger than what I wanted it, but we'll get small here. That looks good to me. Just give everybody a quick representation. The Crunchios regions are these mid-regions between the dwarven civilizations of the North Draw Gates and the Center Draw Gates. The Crunchios regions are a large bluff, cliff face civilization of barbarians and kind of Nordic nomads, almost like mountain Vikings. They pillage. But they live a pretty good life in the mountains, coming down once in a while to again pillage and what have you. But Stelios, I've put the region on the map. There we go. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to get a recap going here for you fine folks at home there. And we will be moving accordingly. So, let me get this back up. I give you the Crunchios Bluff regions. And you may place your your character on the maps if you will. I have given it a nighttime effect so as to give it more of a snow-like look on the ground at this point. So we'll move forward from there, but this is the inner walls of the Crunchios regions. You've got the Crunchios household here, bing, bing, and you've got the barracks and town folks' homes, the log houses down here, right? All right. Of course, your watch station and guard tower in the front. I gotta pull it up for the players here in person. We are playing, we've got folks here in person, and we've got folks...
That is a dead bug. Goodbye.
It is a dead bug. And so you can see here, this is where you guys currently are. Alright. If you've brought your minis, you may use your minis to put them on the map.
Cobra comes in.
Nice.
I don't know where she comes in from.
Alright, and Peppers, are you gonna
Must
run...
make that a thing.
You gonna run a mini, or you want me to run your mini for you tonight? I can run it.
Yeah, that's fine. I forgot.
Huh?
Enough I have a bag.
We will get you a bags mini. We'll have to build one on Hero Forge. Aha!
I thought
Nice, thank you. There probably is one made. Alright, so I have to, of course, I guess I'll have to add it on here. But for now, there we are. And then, Kakra, I'll put yours on too so they can see on the computer, but you can put your mini on and use it here as well.
Where does she come in at?
She would be,
She's back
be...
in the tavern.
I'm back in the tavern.
Oh, you're in the tavern. What tavern?
Telegraph Tower.
Yeah, I'm not even fucking here.
No, she came with you guys.
No.
She was too drunk. Her tail whipped us on. Or flipped us off, I can't remember.
She's gonna pop out like.
She was.
I'm gonna say in her drunken stupor. I'm gonna say in her drunken stupor, she wandered onto the airship in the night
She's gonna.
and fell asleep in the stables.
She's gonna be fucking clutch and just pop in and be like, ah, Cobra here.
Right. There we go. So where are we putting? Oh,
Better yet,
there you go.
Stout Oak wakes up and finds Cobra in bed. And I'm like, what's this drunken mess?
Cobra and Stout Oak in bed.
That wouldn't work at like.
Nothing probably happened, but you guys were just drunk.
Cobra's a really good cuddler.
If
This-
anything, it'd be Copra's tail.
I was-
Stout Oak in bed.
Yeah, right. I was
Cobra's
go-
like fucking laying on the ground and the tail's just in bed with the door.
Exactly.
Cuddling, spooning the tail.
All right. So this is what we look like on a larger level.
One of these and one of these.
Okay, so you arrive at the town. Who wants to give me recap from last session for an inspiration?
Well, we went to Lake Erie and we caught a bunch of walleye.
Wrong game.
Okay, wrong. That's what I did last session.
Right.
I went fishing.
Here we are.
That's at the radio.
I texted it to her.
Oh, you were texted.
Kakra was drunk and trying to sell beer. The end.
She was. Yes, that was Cocker's adventure. You are correct.
Inspiration.
God.
So, the GM put us
Nice.
back at Felgraff Tower because he said we were able to find out that the Giants were coming down to look for a new home, and so we negotiated a path away from Felgraff Tower. At the tower, we snacked, drank, caught up on what went on while we were out. Mordred is free now.
Mordred is free now.
Mordred is a free elf.
I'm a rural elf.
I see an elf. Is Mordred an elf?
Yes, Mordred is
Mordred
a
is a free
drow
elf.
elf.
Lady Kazar ducked out of town.
Lady Kazar did duck out of town. That's true.
The elves were chattering about a legendary axe. I wonder whose that is.
A legendary ass.
Legendary
Axe.
ass.
Axe.
Captain America's ass right there.
that would unite the northern barbarian tribes. Cocker was out at the docks pushing pamphlets for Cocker's rule. Cocker and her tail came back drunker than a dwarf and was sleeping it off while we took the airship to get the axe. Aether spoke with Mordred about the ship being modified and found out that from him that the modifications made to the ship can now make it teleport. And after so many charges, it has the potential to blow up.
Gotta make sure that airship has an opportunity to explode on you.
Well, maybe on you. I'll give it to Darius.
Give it to Darius Nyla.
Stelios is trying to unite the northern tribes once he has the axe. They will follow him.
Wow.
He arrived in the cold northern region and found out some tribesmen on the ground were still looking for Edgar to come up, and Stelios was talking solo for a while, and it was kind of dragging on, so Edgar somersaulted off the ship,
Pretty fucking good, aren't they?
and
There are a
that's
bunch of them.
Stelios what was going on, and Blipsy is riding along at Aether's pouches. She's probably going to end up checking to see if he threw up.
Fair enough.
Should give Stelios a legendary ass also. And it's a little tiny miniature horse named Jack.
I think before we give him a legendary ass, we should give him a bath.
Yep, agreed. And a fucking attitude check.
Stelios is well.
Washing the loincloth, are we? All right.
Save a loincloth.
Scrub here, scrub there, scrub everywhere. When you're in the land
All right. So you guys got to the Crunchios Bluffs, and for another inspiration point, who wants to tell me what transpired when you arrived?
Bitches.
Well, that always happens.
Inspiration!
She wasn't even here. She knows what's going on.
Anybody?
An ambush?
I wasn't there, so.
I don't remember.
Okay.
basically, I jumped off the ship and started talking to the people, telling them who I was, and they didn't believe me until I revealed the tattoo that only my clan can get. Those of royal bloodline.
Right, you ran down the chain. You, like a madman, while they were pulling in the ship there, and then you started talking to them before anybody else got down there, and they didn't believe you. And then you showed them who you were, and I believe you were also told, if I'm not mistaken, that your axe was currently missing, and your brother was out searching for it.
Your ass is
And that
gone.
your brother had taken charge while you were gone. Right?
That would be correct. That would be correct.
Yes. All right. Okay. Yep. That sounds all accurate. Will, go ahead and take an inspiration as well. You'll
As
need it.
Caleb?
Huh?
As well as Caleb?
Fine.
Yes, 2 inspiration points.
No, just one.
Oh.
Bring back the fish.
She's like, damn it, shouldn't have said that so loud.
Because he didn't bring back the fish.
I have
I didn't catch it.
I have
The stream seems to be stuck.
the stream is stuck.
It was just him.
Ian.
I see it moving.
No moving.
Nah, we're fine. Don't worry about it for now. We were recording anyway, so if the stream gets stuck, we'll put it up later as an episode anyway.
Great idea.
All right. I have from Stat Trackers
Cool.
50 blank character trackers.
is
So, for those of us who are in person, I'm going to ask that you fill these out for me with your character's traits on them so that I may keep track of them.
Character traits.
That's
Yes,
cool.
AC, HP, move, proficiency, initiative, spell DC, spell attack, strength, dex, con, intelligence, etc., etc., so that I can look at it whenever I need to as a GM for reference.
Oh, okay.
Aren't you glad I went to the convention? Again, that's Stat Trackers. We're not sponsored, but I told them I would give them a name drop. Very cool. I've also got a Dungeon Master screen that I've apparently packed away while I was cleaning up the cave, so I got to find that.
You want to borrow mine?
At the moment, I'm good, but yeah, if you want to toss it over this way, I can use it as a perhaps a backup.
That was
Piece or
Christmas
what
last
have
year,
you.
I think.
What's that?
That was Christmas last year, I think.
Yeah, you got that. I believe you got that for me, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I got. What is it? This too.
Yeah, rocking it like a bard ass. Yeah,
It was either last year or the year before.
yeah, awesome stuff.
What do you want for Christmas?
2 front teeth.
Is Santa
Why did it kick me out of there?
I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
Should
I didn't
not
get
have
your
done
name in the
that.
drawing, Will.
Well, you already got your hippopotamus for Christmas.
All right,
Shit.
you should not have done it. All right. Okay. So, we'll have the rest of you come down to greet with Stelios. When you arrive at Crunchios Bluffs, Cocker, you actually walk up to the top deck as the ship is finishing its descent into the region. And as you come up to the top of the airship, you see an extremely large village. It looks like it's stuck in the side of the mountain face. There's a huge cliff face off to the side with what appears to be chains hanging off, scaffolding that looks like it would be used to walk up and down the side of this cliff face and into small areas, caves, etc. There's lots of fires burning, lots of people gathering out and about. It is very plain to see Stelios talking with a large group of people being welcomed into a guard hall as you are descending into the area. The crew of dwarves go ahead and they ready the ship for departure. They let down the ramps, everything like that. In the area, you can see mostly that they aren't getting a lot of visitors here, right? It's not like a paradise like Travel 2 Point or something. These folks seem to be very interested in what it is you bring to the table here. They want to kind of see what you're about, and knowing that you're traveling with royalty is something different altogether. So, and you can kind of hear Stelios having a gripe with one of the guards over who is currently in charge, and it gets a little loud. Okay.
Cocker says, "God damn." The end.
So, you come into the docks of this cliff face, right? Which can, for intents and purposes for the map, this here is going to be your cliff face. Okay. Got it? All right. Good. Get some Stelios guards out there. I'm Stelios guard. I'm Crunchios guard. I'm Crunchios guard. Okay. Some Crunchios guards out here talking to Stelios. They got their cold weather gear on. Stelios is just standing there in a loincloth. So.
You really need to wash that thing.
You guys are gonna have to make Stelios wear some warm weather gear up here.
The cold never bothered me anyway.
Dude, Cocker already did that joke.
When did that? Right? When did that accent get? I think it. No, I'm kidding. So they're welcoming him into the. Thank you, into the guardhouse, where it looks very warm. Thank you. So cool.
Cocker's got some badass stats. Just saying.
You do have some fun stats. The GM gets stat cards now to keep track of you hooligans. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
I forgot to put my saving throws on.
Oh yes, please saving throws. Thank you.
Okay.
I mean, we're gonna update.
Okay. Oh yeah, you'll have to update them. I'll probably just use the erase method because I'm cheapskate. But who know? Actually, I might order a couple more of these. They're actually relatively inexpensive too. I'll have to show you the Stat Tracker's website later. All right.
Done.
Where'd it go?
Right here.
Nice. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Cockra is on the ship and she sees all of the
Yes.
countryside. She's like, well, goddamn. And she jumps off the boat. Pew! Crash.
Nice. So I've put
And
her.
she lands like fucking Blade style. Like, fucking threes. And she's like, oh. She lands like Blade.
And I've got you right there. So
And
feel.
everyone's like, whoa.
Alright.
Roll performance.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I can hear her already. Damn it! I gotta use my inspiration. No.
Got a 17 performance.
Nice. Not bad at all.
People are impressed.
They are. People are very impressed.
Fucking Blade. Fucking 3, like.
A couple of the dwarves are muttering something about Blade.
Yes.
It's too bloody. Where's it? Someone's gonna
Oh, you talked about that?
The IRS is saying something about the Blade guy owing him some money or something. No, I'm kidding. That's terrible. Okay. Moving forward. Not backwards. So, you hop off the ship, and oh, thank you. And Stelios is being welcomed into. Thank you, sir. A guard tower right now, and it looks warm in there.
Are we to follow them, or
What's that?
are we following them?
I don't know. Are you?
I don't know.
Well, the guards say it's too cold to be standing outside all day. That they'll be watching from inside. That you're welcome to come in and get warm, sir. While they communicate over to the to the main gates that they need to be opened.
Oh, main gates are closed. Okay.
They are at the moment, yes.
Yeah, I'm going up.
Okay. All right. Stout Oak follows the guards. Stelios? Rest of crew?
Stelios follows the guard.
Awesome. Okay. Anyone else following the guards?
Cocker is gonna go over to Aether and be all like, dude, what the hell's going on?
We're here to get Stelios' axe so he can try to join us and go and open the gate.
Right. Axe.
You were kind of out of there.
Right.
Stelios looks back at the rest of the party. He's like, are you guys going to stand out there and catch your death, or are you going to be sensible and come inside where it's warm?
Cocker goes, warm. And she flips him off and she follows him.
The guards kind of
Alright.
the guards look at Cocker a little weirdly. Such tone in that one.
Stelios looks at the guards and is like, mind her no attention. She thinks she's the leader.
Oh, a lizard person? Yes, sir.
And I bumped that guard. Good. Yeah.
Cocker
And
says,
my mother's a queen, so hang on to that one.
Cocker's like, I'm the leader. Fuck this guy. Get back on the ship right now. Everybody back on the ship. Let's go. Aether, come on. Let's go. Bags, let's go.
Damn it.
Fucking Saldo, bye.
He's the leader.
Fuck this guy. Let's go.
Contra, if we don't have
I'll leave
allies,
right
then we're
away.
kind of screwed.
And
We don't
just
want
as
these
soon as you
allies.
find the army that we're here to get. For another
Fine.
comparable one.
All right.
Unfortunately,
Stelios actually turns back to the guards and just is casually conversating and brings up, how many warriors do you guys have?
You got what? You're asking the guards that?
Well,
Yes, I'm asking the guards that.
Oh, okay.
well, Orion took. I'd like to give that the Norwegian accent, if that's okay.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Well, Orion took a couple of troops with him, and he said he would recruit on the way. And so what we found out was that he ended up taking 30 of our best soldiers with him. I believe he took your cousins with him as well.
Okay, I can tolerate that. They'll all be put to death when they come back for treason.
Very good. Now, your cousins on the McMinnis side are still on the south end of town, but you'll have to figure out which ones. You have to figure out which ones are still able to fight. They're getting older, they are.
The older the better, that means the stronger the warrior.
Very good. Well, there is still sizable troop numbers in the area, and if we get the other tribes to join up with us, then we'll actually have a fighting chance on the northern front.
Why do we need an army?
Sounds good, my friend.
War.
War for what? Why do we need an army?
When the gates open, the Russians are coming over.
Oh, okay.
Those are multiple weapons.
Okay.
So, the guard, the guards kind of get everybody some food. It's a bread and soup mixture of venison and probably bear. A bear stew, and Boris would not be happy about this, but it is a bear stew, and with bread. And by the way, the GM for Avernus, I'm gonna chat with them and see if they're still wanting to get that going, maybe once a month or something. Could be fun. Once every couple months, something like that. We'll see. Anyway, they get you some stew and some bread and make sure you're well fed. And they can be seen flashing lights from the one side of the tower over to the main gate, and the main gates are slowly being opened. It takes some time. These are wooden, but also pretty well built. They're pretty intricate gates, very heavy. They'd have to be to keep out frost giants and things of that nature. So, and Stelios. So they ask you if there's anything specific you're going to need while you're in town. They do tell you that the Stelios house, the Crunchios house, is currently unattended because the only royalty that was really left were you and your brother, and he's gone. Well, the extended family's around, but your sisters were all married off, that kind of stuff, right? So, if you had any for that matter, Stelios. Do we still have Stelios?
Heat is muted.
yeah, looks like he's muted.
How could you mute yourself?
You're muted, Stelios.
I mean, he's gone. Cocker says that's fine.
Okay.
Cocker's like fucking Braveheart speech and makes them all join her.
on the phone.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
Not
he's
about what you can do for
yeah,
your
he got a
country.
phone call. That was
It's
why he's
about
silent
what you
for a
can
second.
do for me.
He had to use the real world policy for a minute, real life policy. So yeah, they usher you towards the larger gates with Stelios in lead. They want folks to see Stelios as they approach. You're of course allowed to travel with him as you see fit, Kakra.
We can trick him later.
Okay.
I knew this was gonna happen. All right, so you get closer to the gates, and as they open up for you, you can see into the town's area, and it's very brightly lit. And even in being in kind of the shadow of the taller mountainside, it's very well lit. The people seem to be very, very happy to kind of see you coming in. They're welcoming you with kind of open arms. Hmm?
My phone started talking. I'm
Ah.
gonna go away.
Move everybody over. All right, and as you're coming into town here, there's many little townsfolk hiding out, hanging out, what have you. Some little cows.
Some moo-moos.
What's that?
Some moo-moos.
Minions?
Moo-moo.
Oh, moo-moos. Yeah.
Yeah, moo-moos.
Moo-moos. Yep. Yep. They hanging out. All right. Some hunters. Folks inside. Put them into. So yeah, you see people all about. They seem excited to kind of see royalty back for a change. They seem to be kind of. Yeah, they seem pretty. I'd say pretty excited for the most part. They are kind of happy to see again royalty. Their eyes are lighting up a bit. There's some discussion going about the crowds.
Copper rolls her eyes really big.
They seem to be.
Just wish you got attention like that, didn't you?
It's like, nah.
They seem to be mostly fixated on
She's
Uh,
actually, like, ignoring it.
on Stelios, but there is a small group of people that seem to be paying quite a bit of attention to the Dragonborn, as they are not typically recognized, nor are they seen in this region. It's not. Hmm?
It's cold.
Well, right. There isn't a lot of them up this way, so it's very interesting for people to kind of encounter them. So, it would seem as though not everybody are as bigoted as the guards you first encountered, right?
Plus 11 to intimidation.
All right.
So,
Yes. We're fucking intimidating as fuck.
we both lick our lips.
Roll intimidation. Cochrane,
All right.
Aether. Go.
Who you intimidating?
Fucking the townsfolk.
Oh,
So they
okay.
don't fuck with us.
All right.
27.
27. How'd you do? 18. All right. You guys walk in. What do you do to intimidate them?
I just lick my lips looking at him.
Lick your lips, looking at them. Okay.
Copper goes,
Yeah, they kind of frighten
I'll do
down
that
a
for
little
the
bit.
camera.
Flaunting and stuff.
One of the laborer types, you can hear him go, "Oh, Odin!" He kind of turns quickly and moves towards the large longhouse that seems to be in the middle of town, and he runs in a door.
Bags is like, I'm sure funny.
He definitely hollered out for his Lord and Savior before running away.
And Copper and Aether are giggling.
The rest of the townsfolk are kind of a little wary of you now, but they're still somewhat assured that if you got out of line, Stelios would take care of you.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about
You
that.
can hear some murmurs among the crowd that yes, where you two are extremely frightening, especially the one that
Feathers?
jumped, the one that jumped out. No, you, because
Oh,
you.
me?
I
Freedom.
somersaulted and flung down.
Oh. Okay. Well, then the both of you are getting a fair amount of looks from people, and it's not. I mean, they aren't going to mess with you, but then again, it's not the most favorable look either.
Meh.
Cocker scratches her nose.
All right. They. I got to pull something up. There we go. No, you bastards. You bastards! Okay. There we go. There we go. All right. As you're walking in town, you both kind of intimidate the people, and Stelios, you see the Dragonborn kind of intimidate the people a bit. Are you there?
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Oh,
here.
okay.
Okay. And so they kind of intimidate the people a little bit of the town as they walk through the gate. Kakra kind of jumps at him a little bit, and Aether does kind of a somersault swoop deal where she lands down.
That was
And
coming up last time.
oh, I'm sorry. I
just said my
apologize.
lips.
Oh, she licks her lips at the people when they start to get scared of Kakra. Kakra's getting some pretty crazy stares from the people, but there are some murmurs among the crowd that can be audibly heard that Stelios is here, so they don't have too much to worry about with those lizard dragon folk people. So
Stelios turns around to Kakra and Aether and just gives them a look of, simmer down.
At which point we go, yeah, right.
So the people are the
Cocker
people.
goes, simmer down, huh? Fucking dragon breath in the air. Rah!
Now they're really scared, and they kind of a couple of them
Don't
even.
fuck with me, Stelios.
No.
Rah!
No reason to be flaring up
Don't
like
worry,
this.
people. I have beaten the one that's going crazy right now in arm wrestling. She is a joke.
I beat her in arm wrestling because I cheated. Cheater.
So the people, the couple of them run inside, and then a few of them look like they actually have duties they have to perform for you folks, so they can't leave or they get fired.
So they run away.
So they're kind of over by the building. Sir,
Yes.
since you're back, a few things. He's an older, more feeble man. Your warriors are all posted outside of the town for the most part.
Okay.
The older gentleman happens to be one of your town elders that, of course, keeps, since you don't tend to keep written record of things, he keeps record of the tribe and is currently handing it down to a couple of younger folks who can take on as elders when he passes on. And so, as a knowledge keeper, he tells you that there are still loyalists to your brother, regardless of whether you are here or not, and that could spell trouble for you in the coming months, weeks, days, however long you are here to recover the axe. He also tells you that, as far as he knows, your brother has gone out for the axe and has not returned yet, but he did leave some time ago. You, in the great hall of Crunchios, has been prepared a great meal for you and your friends. There is bird carcass. There is some venison. They even chopped up one of the cows for you. So, hear what?
Hear what he's saying.
Oh yeah. You can hear what he's saying. Yep. And so he also confides in you that your brother took out quite a few loyalists to your father and you when you in your absence. And so he had convinced some folks that you had abandoned the people. So there are still some loyalists to your brother in the area, but for now there's a good feast, and as far as they know, the guard that are currently on duty or in place have no set allegiance.
Okay. I asked him, do you know where these loyalists to my brother are?
Sir, we didn't want you to worry. We were going to tell you after dinner. They could really be just about anywhere, even within the ranks. But, for all you know, I could be one. But there again, I wouldn't say that if I was one, right?
Stelios proceeds to grab the elder.
Okay. What are you doing?
Telling me that you may be loyal to my brother.
I'm just
the
saying.
traitor?
No, perhaps I used my words incorrectly, but still, what I mean to say is that you can't really trust anyone.
Show a kinder side.
Well, I'm telling you this right now. If you happen to be one of these set loyalists, the two crazy dragonborns back there, I'll feed you to them. No problem. I'll let them have their fun.
They eat old men? Your elephant friend guy person there, the mammoth guy, he seems to be.
If I was a mammoth, I would not be cold.
Well, you don't look like any of the ones up here, that's for sure. I was going to say, I should have said hairless mammoth. He's right. You should be kinder. Wait, sir, sire, oh God, don't hurt me. Your brother beat us all really badly.
Which is why I'm not going
Stelios,
to
you
be
should
like
stop.
them.
The man's pissing
You
himself.
At which point, just
There is a fair
Stelios
trickle.
Stelios goes from grabbing him to hugging him and saying, I'm just playing. Now, run along, make sure everything is set in stone to where we can have our feast in peace.
Okay, all right. He kind of ushers you towards the door as the trickles stop down his leg, and he allows you to head inward where your feast be. To the Great Hall. There are no people except for servants in the Great Hall awaiting you. In fact, I might have to make this map slightly bigger. One moment. I sometimes shrink stuff down thinking that it's going to be too big. And inadvertently I make things too small. pretty good to me. Dang it. You would have to do that, wouldn't you, McGregor? There we go. That's a McGregor move.
Me.
All right. Meh, meh, meh. Okay, so there aren't any real people in there with you, with the exception of the servants. And the old man has gone into the main quarters to get changed and come back out. The Crunchio's house is across the street. You are dining in the main hall. Stelios, they have left the head of the table throne area open for you, and they ask if you'll be seeking entertainment tonight, in the form of a jester or a comedian or any of the sort.
Yes, we will be seeking entertainment. It has been a long and varied travel.
All right. So they get everyone seated, and I'm moving folks accordingly. Oh, Stout Oak came in. Cool. Thank you. Okay. Awesome. Why are you playing that character over? Who is that? Is that you messing with me?
No.
She's laughing at even my character all the time. She keeps zooming and unzooming.
Somebody's moving a character. Is that the sexy Fräulein?
That would be the sexy Fräulein.
Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't know she was with you. I guess she was, wasn't she? All right.
She was.
Let me zoom in on the other computer here.
I'm sorry, I just figured I'd mess with you a little bit.
This stream is actually working out quite nicely.
Oh, that's
I'm
so
pretty
nice.
excited about it. Cool. All right. So, you are welcome to the Great Hall. There is indeed a plethora of food there.
Hooray.
There is bird carcass, like they said. There is veal. There are eggs. There are pitchers of milk. There is some kind of an interesting berry tea. So there is, huh?
Tea, please.
Tea. Yep. The servant comes around, gets everybody a plate, makes sure that Stelios's feet are clean. After ensuring everyone gets a plate, she pulls out a bucket of hot water and begins to wash Stelios's feet.
That's not the problem.
And she says, "Will there be anything else, sire?"
I need a new loincloth.
Ah. Your room has been untouched. Your brother had it barricaded when you left. No one was allowed in or out. That's something I felt that he at least did that was respectful for you. I myself worked for your father and your grandfather. So you have no problem here. I treat all you boys the same. She sits back down in her little stool in the corner. I just wish you would quit fighting. But
You just wish what?
she says, I just wish you would quit fighting.
Oh, there will be a day we stop fighting, but you won't like the outcome of that.
All right.
Check her out.
Yeah. Insight roll is what you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She seems as though she is legit caring about the boys, etc. So you got that going for you on that end. So she sits back down. And as she sits back down, the jester comes in. He has some of the servants remove the items from the table. Moving her back a little bit. And he proceeds to hop up on the end of the table and begin to tell jokes. Let's see how he does.
Packer, you be the judge of this.
Nice. 20. What is it about wheels on horse carts? I mean, can't they make them so that they don't squeak?
Ha! 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 Ha!
You like my Seinfeldish?
Ha!
Yeah? He says, and what about the barbarian loincloths? I mean, have you ever been downwind of one?
I was like, yeah.
So he's throwing jokes. He's keeping things.
Especially after you can smell the whole entire towns in
He's-
one waft.
Bags made it funny.
Ah!
So everybody's having a jovial time. It appears to be fun. He doesn't seem to go too off the wall with things. As his performance continues on, he kind of simmers down, and during his break he sits and has a nice little bowl of porridge that he's being provided for his services this evening, and a small piece of veal. And he kind of just goes to it as you allowing you guys to have some dinner conversation. So, and the older lady in the corner, she says, "So we haven't really seen you in what? How many years has it been?" She's talking to you, Stelios.
Oh, probably a good 15.
Yes. She says, "So, what do you remember?"
I don't remember a whole lot of village life, and it's a shame I must bear. But I'm here to learn of my people, so my people know that I can be there for them.
Hi. Well, we're very happy to have you back. She has a bit of a glimmer in her eye, and this is a lady that I mean, she took care of you boys as infants, so she's pretty close to the family, right? She says, "Do you remember anything specific about your departure?"
No, I do not.
Huh. Yeah. Well, perhaps we can talk about it. She kind of bows her head back down and looking into at whatever it is that she's knitting on. Looks like she's weaving some kind of pelts together. So,
What of my departure do you remember?
is that something that you want to... She says, "Is that something you want to discuss here in front of all your friends, is it?"
It's perfectly fine.
Okay. I'm pulling it up.
Stelios, do you want us to tell her how we found you?
I think that tale can wait for another day.
He's embarrassed.
She says, "Well, we remember it very, very well. And I know for a fact, even though no one would listen to me, that you couldn't have been the person."
What do you mean, the person?
Well, she says, I know that you were blamed. I know that you were blamed for the death of the king. And that before the region was known as Crunchios, we were known as Akatosh.
Yes, I remember that.
And it wasn't your fault that Leonidas was murdered. Not at all. I know that the evil was in you when that happened. And I know that you didn't mean to do it.
That night is such a blur to me. I remember very, very small fragments of that night.
Well, Orion Ramus Crunchios took the throne because you were banished and your father was dead. We have it on good authority that it is perhaps trickery. We have it on good authority that perhaps there was an evil spirit in the tribal lands that day. And that maybe you should not have been blamed for your father's death.
Are there any out there who believe still that I killed my father in cold blood?
Your brother has many people convinced that... Cocker raises her hand. Your brother has many convinced that... And she kind of looks at her. Your brother has many convinced
I
that
would
you...
believe it. I would believe that. Cocker drinks more mead and sits back down.
She says, your brother has a lot of people convinced that you did it, but I've always been wary of him because that night that you blacked out from your bride's death, I consoled you, and I helped you get over it. You would have had to have had either some kind of a doppelganger or some kind of a spirit that would have taken your body.
Who would possess you?
Someone who means to do great, horrible deeds to my lands, knowing that I am the strongest of the sons of Leonidas.
It's the other leading brand cereals.
Well, he did go looking for the axe that was lost after the Great War. He said that he would reclaim the honor of the family name and defeat anybody, Vorash or Agrosian, that came to this region looking for any kind of benefit of their own. And, well, his loyalists went with him and said, what allegiances do we owe the dwarves, the elves, the others? And those of us who remembered your father's word that you should be kind and offer hand to those who would offer hand to you, have remained loyal to those truths and ideas. When your brother left, he left the elder in charge, the one that you just made wet himself. It would be easy to say that you have rightfully regained the throne you sit in, and thus I wash your feet. She bows.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you that part.
So, upon your brother's return, and I would say only on your brother's return, would it be, and as she starts to talk, a loud explosion occurs right in the middle of the table.
Sidebar.
Yes.
There's a team meeting us with the axe.
There's a team meeting us with the axe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do you want?
Call Maggie to see where it's at, but we just got exploded.
Kaboom! Hey, Aether, hold that thought.
Was that explosion from a spell?
Kaboom!
A huge ball of blue light, which is very to any of the moguls is a very familiar light, as you know it as the same light that comes out of the amulets that Lady Khazar once had and that Bags now carries. Bags, around your neck where there was an amulet, there is not. And as the explosion occurs, and there's a huge ball of light, what appears on the table in such a hurried fright... Sorry, couldn't help myself. I had to ride that one. You're welcome, everyone. You're welcome. Well, what the hell if it isn't Mr. Zell? And an unknown man in a loincloth who has a striking resemblance to the man sitting in the throne. And as the large explosion hits and the light dimmers and simmers out, you see the man in black look over at the elephant, toss him an amulet, drop smoke, and just like the Muppets in Sesame Street, he's gone again.
Or like the GM says, "Poof, like Bartman."
Stelios, in front of you
Yes.
is a bag. And your brother is standing on the table in amazement as to what the hell just happened to him. He looks a little bloodied and a little bit like he's had a bad go at things, but not quite hurt enough that he isn't scowling at you and staring at that bag as you stare at it as well.
I quickly snatched the bag.
He quickly snatches the bag as well. Anyone else doing anything while these two are snatching at the bag?
Bags will get behind his brother and kind of hold him back.
All right. Bags rushes through, shoving the Fräulein to the side for her own safety, and grabs hold of your brother's arm, holding it back.
I'm going to cast Divine Shield, I think, on Stelios.
You're gonna cast on Stelios?
Yeah.
Okay. What was the spell?
I think it's Divine Shield.
Divine Shield.
Give me a second.
Okay. Shield of Faith.
Yeah, Shield of Faith.
Shimmering shield appears and surrounds a field. Right. Appears and surrounds a creature of your choice within range, granting it a +2 AC bonus for the duration of 10 minutes. Damn. It's concentration too. All right. Okay.
All right, Sexy Fräulein draws her axe
Okay.
and
Okay.
starts to head towards my brother.
Do you want to move her or should I?
You can move her to where we're not confusing.
Okay. The lady says, "Odin!" She says, "You boys, you need not to be fighting now." She's trying to speak reason here as you grab the bag and are able to grab it because of Bags' quick actions.
I reach inside the bag and pull out whatever the heck is in there.
Everybody sees the jester sneak out the back door. No one's able to stop him, but he does get out the back door.
Fuck that jester.
Wasn't that good anyway?
Whatever.
Well, you all seem to know it as a back door. Stelios, you know it to be a room from when. Well, no, you wouldn't. This was built after you left.
I'm getting tired of being thrown
Never mind.
out the window.
Yeah. So he went into another area there. All right. So you reach into the into the bag, and as you reach into the bag, you find the axe of Akatosh.
Oh, shit.
And a letter. And as your brother is absolutely freaking his mind out, Zell,
Bags.
form a habit. Bags, go ahead and roll me a strength roll to keep hold of him. You hold on to him. He writhes in anger and frustration. Ah! Brother! It's not rightfully yours! You left! You killed our father! No way you can have that! In kind of an anime-esque style. Sorry. And as you pull out the axe, which is wrapped very finely in cloth, but you know what it is, but because it's the size, it's the hilt, the blade's actually hanging out, but the handle is wrapped in cloth. Rightfully so, if Zell had it in his hands, right? And your brother is being held by Bags, and you've got a pouch with a letter in it in your hands as well. What are you doing? No need for initiatives yet.
Okay, so I'm odd sequence here. Like complete another sidebar here. Am I able to like regain memory of that night by grabbing a hold of said axe?
It's covered in cloth right now, and so being that
How drunk were you that night?
right, and being that you have to attune to the weapon, you would have to unattune your blade, which would take you some time.
Okay.
So whereas you know what it is from seeing the axe head, the head of the axe, you can't hold on to the hilt at this point in time because it's covered in cloth.
Okay. So
And you can unwrap it if you want to take that time, but it's going to take you some time to attune it, right?
Right. All right. So instead, I'm just going to read the letter.
It says, "You owe me, and I'll be calling in what's owed. Nothing is free. The Moguls will continue to prosper under Kakra, but there are things I have to tend to. You owe me. X at the bottom. P.S. In the bottom of the bag, I left something for Kakra."
Tucker doesn't know this yet.
All right. So Stelios looks at Kakra. Hey, there's something in the bag for you. Tosses the bag to her.
Tucker like side eyes Stelios like,
What you talking
what's
about?
in the bag?
As she
Tons and tons of dildos.
Probably.
as she starts to say this, your brother pipes up again. Brother, fine. Let's do this the right way, at least, in Father's honor. I challenge you to tribal combat.
Fight to the death!
My best men versus you
What?
and your troop.
What?
I got a better idea.
Me too. What's
How about you two face each other?
Bags, that was exactly my idea.
Why count other people's lives?
Yeah, why do I fuck I want to be on your brother's team. Fuck you,
Uh-oh.
Stelios.
Uh-oh. Bags, what are you doing? Or Stelios, what are you doing?
Bang on the table to silence the other moguls.
Oh,
Okay.
really? You're gonna silence Chakra now. Oh, really?
Okay, so you're banging on the table.
Please, hold on. You are the leader. Zell has made that perfectly clear.
Damn straight.
So,
As to my brother, you sniveling coward, you wouldn't even fight me one-on-one. You would make my men suffer just because you are too scared to fight me yourself.
Wait, his men?
brother, I'm not afraid to fight you. But there are others that would like to have...
One-on-one.
Alright, his men can fight, but us ladies is gonna sit here and be all prissy and shit.
Fine. One-on-one it
We both
is.
cross our arms at the same time.
Sorry.
What? Okay. Do we come? With you? You get that downstairs. Wait.
Very well then.
Hold on. I'm not sure.
If we are to fight,
I'll try to tell you.
Stelius, your brother looks at you and he says, "Is this something that we should do now then? Get it out of the way?"
Yep.
Brother, I will be kind, and I will give you till dawn, and give you two options. You will fight me, or you will flee. But if you flee, you are herefore banished for all eternity. And if you step foot in these lands, you are to be put to death on sight.
He's snarling his lip at you. I accept your terms. He's gonna play.
Conquer hands him her plate. Here, eat this shit. Aether, let's go. And we leave. Aether and Conquer adventure time. Aether and Conquer on an adventure.
Your brother breaks bread with you for one last time. Aether and Cockra on an adventure. On an adventure. Bags, are you following them or are you hanging with these guys?
Bags is in charge.
Anybody following Aether and Cockra?
Aether.
What are Aether and Cockra doing?
Getting the jester.
We're going on an adventure.
Oh.
Aether and Conquer, we are best friends ever. Universe are going to have some shit on.
She.
I was trying to create a theme song. It's not working. I'm not
That's great.
musically inclined.
I like it. That's all right.
I am a bard.
We'll get the studio open.
Yes.
All right.
Jeff,
What?
I will go to at least the door entrance to see what I can see from there.
Okay. So you
come
had
with us?
you started
I'm-
again at the door
I
entrance.
don't know if I'm coming with you or not, but I'm coming to see at least what's through the door.
Conquer and Aether.
And Stout.
Going on an adventure.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, the jester, as you enter the room, very embarrassingly, has his first leg out the back of a window and his ass end up towards you. And he turns around to look at you kind of like a... See? He ducks out the window.
Ah.
Anybody... Initiatives?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Good.
Roll initiative.
Fuck yeah!
Or you can make them just go through a whole chase scene like they did like in the British film.
Ooh, Alright, so
And they
I am
can
going to
like
keep
multiple
this
different doors. And
I
then
heard-
crossways.
I have something up from a combat scene for franchise that I got to keep up. So, how'd you do, Ange? Kayla's 22.
Yep.
Stout Oak.
What's that?
I don't think he's gonna have to.
He's at the doorway.
Did he go with the girls?
He's at the doorway.
What, Joe? What, Joe?
Are you rolling initiative? Are you getting involved in this?
Alright, I clicked on it.
5? Okay.
Get my high initiative rolls.
Hey, sometimes it's good to go last.
True.
Well, Cockra Aether, you beat the Jester of 10, so you two get to go first, and he's, see ya, as he's trying to duck out the window. You're gonna grab him? Okay. So give me a, I would say dexterity. Actually, yeah, strength, because you probably wouldn't have any trouble grabbing him. He would be able to sneak out from you before. So yeah, give me a strength proficiency check. There you go. was sneaking out the windows for different reasons altogether.
Which are?
I have to warn the others.
Who are?
You guys gonna shake them a little bit?
What did he say?
Okay.
Yeah, 29 intimidation is pretty freaking good.
Yeah, he's climbing up a bit at this point, and there's a fluid leaking out of his leg.
What?
When?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he kind of he begs you not to hurt him too much,
We haven't heard of it all.
and then he'll tell you everything you want to know, but he'd like to do this in a setting that isn't so threatening.
No problem. So if Aether allows Cocker will pick him up and carry him like fireman style, like over her shoulders.
Okay.
Careful, he's wet.
I don't give a fuck. I can wash it off. Cocker don't give two fucks. She's gonna like carry him.
Okay.
Aether, where are we going?
This is more of the
Back to
Renaissance
Stelios.
level.
Airship?
Back to
Oh,
the-
Stelios, we got this.
Yeah, but he's a little more serious than Stelios right now.
Are you sure?
No,
Feels
but
his chest, you're like, are you more scared of me or Stelios?
I'm not you now.
There we go.
alright.
Airship, I'll get to the hotel room. Where do you want to go, Aether?
The room's more convenient.
Alright, so we're gonna go to like some fucking side room with a bed or something.
Okay.
Cocker kicks the door open.
You see Cockra kick the door back open as Stout jumps out of the way.
Oh, hey, Sado, what up? You wanna come with us and talk to this guy?
Why, hello. Elf.
There is a these people in their individual rooms. That's the room you guys are staying in.
She can do the home.
There we go.
Alright, Sado, come with us, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, it's like original locals in here, plus Aether.
Okay.
You're more original than Stelios.
Okay, you drag him in. What are you doing? There's a table, there's 4 beds. What are you doing with the guy?
I'm gonna tuck him in the bed.
Okay, you tuck him in bed.
Like a nice chap.
Okay, you tuck him nicely in bed like a nice chap. He's still wet.
I say there. Tell us what's going on. This is much more comfortable. She tucks him, like gets around him and gives him a teddy bear. It's comfortable. Alright?
Yeah, I didn't mean patronize, but yeah. He kind of looks at you like, is she serious right now?
Tell us what you know.
He kind of says, listen,
Okay.
I work for a group that maintains control through disruption.
Spit it out.
What?
Those 2 in the next room are going to solve the problem, and they're going to create a bigger one, and my master knows it.
Who's your master? Aether?
Talon.
Taking a talon to his neck. Stella, you doing anything to stop this?
Uh,
No. You're totally cool with it.
He's doing it.
leaving.
Nice.
Bye, Sado.
It's starting to get a little crazy in there.
Yeah. Tucker's
By the way.
on something.
Sir, you might not. She says you're the only one that can heal me. I'd prefer if you just stayed. Please.
Hey, Sado. Can you come back in here, please, buddy?
I'm ready to talk. There's no more need for this violence.
Okay, great. Hey, Sado, come back in here, please, buddy.
Alright, the sexy Fräulein goes into the room.
I didn't want her.
Oh, hi, it's Fräulein. So the jester is all tucked into bed.
Teddy bear.
The this teddy bear.
Did
You
Coraline
walk
bring a
in.
glass of water?
You walk in on what?
Did the Coraline bring a glass of water?
Did the Fräulein bring a glass of water?
Yes, she did.
Great.
Cool.
Put it on the side table.
I know what you use that for, you twisted woman. All right. So he says, okay. My order keeps order through disorder. I belong to a brotherhood, the Brotherhood of Akatosh. We are a brotherhood that seeks to control the region. The Brotherhood of Akatosh. The Brotherhood of Akatosh is a group that has a very shadowed history, isn't really discussed crazily. It's the idea that there should be a free spirit of tribal leaders acting in juxtaposition with one another to govern, as opposed to one large tribal leader. And the reason, in myth, the reason that the acts of Akatosh went missing is because Akatosh himself said there shouldn't be one great leader of these lands. Only in a time of great need should the people come together like this.
So, what do you think? Good by contact.
Ah, very, very intuitive.
So he says, I'm a member of the Ancient Order of the Brotherhood of Akatosh, and we, as said, we create order through disorder. If those two brothers continue to fight, we continue to have our freedoms throughout the tribal lands.
Makes sense. So if there's no true declared leader, then everybody's free?
Right, now, this is where it gets nasty, and probably where my order will, I shouldn't say anything else. You see him very, actually give me perception rolls, everybody in the room, perception rolls. Stout Oak, are you back in there now?
Yeah, I came back.
Okay,
Perception,
I want
what do
you,
you want for that?
I want Stout Oak to roll, do you have medicine, Stout Oak?
Yes.
Is it better than your perception?
Where the hell did my perception just go? Yeah, quite a bit.
Okay, roll medicine, please.
So I got a 16 on the medicine,
Okay, then what'd you
12
do?
on perception.
17. Cockroach, he's got something in the back of his mouth, Stout, as you lean over him a bit, looks like it's a poison capsule, disguised as a tooth. He's trying to
I'm
bite
gonna
down on it
rip
right
it
now.
up, or stick my hand in his mouth, my fist.
Okay,
What'd you do that for, Stout?
Pull it out.
alright, give me just a dex roll, just don't fail. Damn!
Doesn't seem fair.
Yeah, you pluck it out, no problem. He says, oh, no!
I'm gonna slap him.
Oh!
There'll be none of that.
He's got a red dwarven handprint across his cheek. Bags, your large elephant ears here. Ah! From the next room. We'll have none of that.
Alright, well, for the record, the Fräulein rolled a 17 for perception.
She would have seen it as well then. As Stout Oak plucks the capsule out of the back of the guy's mouth, he holds it up, and it looks as though it's a almost like a gelatin and capsule powder of some kind. I would love one of those pretzels.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for bringing this next guy. That's all.
There's a big old finger.
I don't want to know what.
And you said these ones-
Hey, Stelios!
Hey, what?
Cochra says. That's really
These
cool.
ones, you said these ones are toes.
Huh?
You said this is a toe.
That's a toe one?
That's what you
Oh,
said.
so I take that one too? Oh, cool. Okay, I got you now.
He says fingers. He goes fingers.
me anyways, guys. Ladies.
No.
Yeah, they're gonna kill me. I'm already dead. All my jokes, everything I've worked hard for. And I went to Bard College.
Me too.
Really?
Yes. Which college did you go to?
Well, I went over to the Eladrian School.
I went to the College of Lore, I think.
Really, the College of Lore. I went to the College of Vengeance.
I went to Krusty's.
He goes, dude. You're under my protection now.
I didn't even know they had colleges.
Yeah, I'm college educated.
So if I tell you, you can ensure I won't be killed,
Fuck yeah.
how can you do that? The only way you'd be able to do that is to get me out of here.
I have an airship.
You have an airship.
You have an airship?
Yeah.
I've never seen an airship.
You want them?
No.
Oh yeah, let's go.
He kind of looks at you. How do I know I can trust you? You were threatening townspeople.
No, I wasn't.
We were joking around. They were all staring at us.
I just wanted to make sure they didn't fuck with me.
I need-
Persuasion.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I need you guys both to roll persuasion. Anybody in the room that's trying to persuade this guy's ear.
Trying to fuck with you.
Right.
Horribly.
I'm just trying to look cool and silly.
Fräulein
Nobody
is
has
not
to
going to
roll
roll
insight.
persuasion.
What's that?
The Fräulein is not going to roll persuasion. She kind of wants him dead anyways.
Nice. She's a little worse.
I got a 17.
Stato's like, I don't know if I can persuade him after shoving my fist in his mouth. What?
I might just slap him again.
Okay. Instead of persuading him, Stato goes whap right across the
I'll give you a-
bags.
What are the five
Ah!
What are the five fingers say to the face? Slap!
Yeah, I'm
So,
gonna get right up in his face and tell him the next one's gonna be a headbutt.
Conker's like, I was just trying to look cooler than Stelios. 17 persuasion. I am cooler than Stelios. 17 persuasion.
Well, Kakra,
What?
you got scales,
Yep.
you got breath.
Uh-huh.
That already makes you cooler than Stelios.
Conker hugs Stouto. She's like, thank you, I know, you're so wonderful. Hugs him.
alright,
Takes him off the ground, shakes him a little bit, puts him back down.
nice. Either you're able to convince this guy, along with Kakra and Stato, that you're able to protect him. He says, okay, fine. Brotherhood had their father killed.
Oh, either understands. Conker doesn't understand.
Well, we got some people that you should probably tell that to. They happen to be next door.
What?
His group
Huh?
killed their dad.
This group killed
Stelios
Stelios' dad.
and, yes,
I thought Stelios killed his dad.
and
They made it
Orion
look
Rainey's, Crucius' dad, yep.
Okay.
They set up Stouto, or set up Stelios.
But did this guy kill Stelios' dad?
Do you know who it was?
The Grandmaster.
Oh. Alright. Well, you can continue protecting him then. Do shit. Do stuff. I'll do it. Mr. Tony.
Well, then I have to tell you about the time I dated a lady with man hands. Remember that episode?
Amazing.
That was such a weird episode. I don't know why would you fixate on somebody's hands? Like,
They don't know what
they
his
would,
is.
but that was Seinfeld
They
for
were
you.
like-
They
they were like-
always fixated on something. Remember the face painter episode for the
Yeah, I
for
didn't
the
care.
sports?
I didn't like that.
Really?
I didn't care for
I love
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld. I love.
Yeah, see, Aether didn't either.
It is funny shit.
Aether and Conker are the same.
It's a humor you gotta, you know,
It's
Yes.
like the office. You gotta accept it.
yeah. Yeah, it's for your health.
Anyway, so this dude's gonna come on our airship, and he did not kill Stelios' dad.
No, he says the Grandmaster is the one who ordered the death of his father
Leonide.
Yeah, Leonidas. Stelios
That's a
was
whole street to happen.
Stelios was drunk. There was no way he could have done it. He was under the care of the nurse of the two boys, and his brother wasn't in good sorts to have offed his father either. So his brother has obviously rightfully accused him of it, just as Stelios has of him. Well, maybe not Stelios has of him, but that's what they all say.
Alright, so the sexy Fräulein, upon hearing this, goes back out into the other room.
Now wait a second. You told me. Where's she going?
To go talk to Stelios.
No. She left the room. The guy's asking the ladies, the dragon lord, where he's going. Where? You said you'd protect me.
Yeah.
Well, those guys will kill me. I was part of a group that killed their father. You don't understand. These tribal guys, they take this stuff seriously.
They need you alive so the village can hear it.
Cocker says, no, nothing.
I can broker a deal for my safety.
Nobody kills Cockra.
That's a good point.
Except for those goblins in that first dungeon. They
Is
have
there,
me-
is
they have me
there
pretty
anybody
good.
here?
Justin remembers that. Talon remembers that too. Come here.
As you guys are, as she opens the door, his eyes get really wide and bright as he sees the large elephant's religious symbol on his foot. Sanctuary! Sanctuary! Sanctuary!
Hey, Bag!
He starts yelling sanctuary to the elephant.
Bag!
I'm he's scanning him out because he
He's a little busy
he
getting
he,
guy.
he, he, he heard what he said.
Great. Okay. He's calling for sanctuary and protection.
Here's help.
Yeah, right. He's extremely worried at this point. He trusts that you're not going to kill him outright, but he doesn't trust that they won't kill him outright. And being that they're the two most powerful warriors in the area, and he hasn't heard much of your escapades up here in the Highlands, just because they're sequestered, like they are.
I was like, Stelios can't beat you without cheating, so.
Hey, Cocker,
Yes,
maybe you should tell me what we've been through. Bard to bard.
What?
Maybe you should tell me what we've been through, bard to bard.
Cocker tells him the stories what they have been through.
Everything.
In
Give him the
song!
pamphlet.
As the brothers finish their meal and the Fräulein starts to spill it out to them as to what's going on, you utter the story, right, to this guy.
Well, we lived in this one place and we beat this one dungeon. And then they said, "Hey, you want to go on a trip and go get some supplies from another town and bring them back here?" We said, "Sure." So Adele and I went out on this. We had this cart and we went to this town and we got some supplies. We beat some people up and brought them back. And they were like, "Oh, hey, you should have this tower and start an entering company." And I said, "All right, cool." And I made some business cards, and then let's keep going.
At the end, she says, "That's interesting. So, your group
And
of
there were like
employable
people
adventurers."
Yeah, there's a Borgia guy that came and went, and then there was this other guy,
Hmm.
this French guy. He came and went, and he had a sword. Then the sword became my sword because he left. And he had a girlfriend, and she's gone now too. And then there was like a team B that were going after, like, going to the swamp. We thought they were dead. They weren't dead, but they're dead. And I just keep going.
He's very interested in your story. When you're done, he says,
There were these people in this mansion, and like there were ghosts, and like their heads were cut off. It was really fucked up. But now we own the mansion. It's really cool.
How does that look?
Cocker keeps going.
sounds like you could use a funny guy in your troop.
Yeah.
Seat's
Funny
taken.
guy though. I'm funny gal. Yeah, we do funny
Tell you
guy.
what,
Mm-hmm.
you seem like you're at least trustworthy in the way of business, as it were. So he pulls out a sack of coins from under the covers and puts it on his stomach. He puts his hand back under the covers.
Okay.
I'd like like to pay you for travel. And of course, if I'm somebody that's paid you, you have to protect me, right?
I thought I'd protect you without the gold. Like, the gold is nice. Ting.
Well, let's just put it this way. I'd feel much better if this was a business adventure, and a business venture, and I could rest assured in knowing that I've employed you to protect me, because there seems to be a certain bond with you in this business from what I've heard in these stories.
Can't be burned.
Maybe in time I'll look at you as friends, but for now I think it's best that I hire you for travel and protection purposes.
You think either?
It's money.
It is money.
You can roll insight if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're always welcome to do that. You can tell me, Joe, I want to roll insight on this guy.
I have a 9.
Oh shit, my
I
finger.
suck butt.
One of my real fingers.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no.
I'm on the roll.
Okay, so we're stupid as fuck.
What?
What?
What'd you do?
I got a 9. Ethan got a 6.
Sadok knows.
What
Yeah.
does Sadok know? Oh shit! Sadok!
Everything.
Right? This guy is definitely certain that you three aren't going to kill him,
Nah.
but it doesn't seem like there's any way you can convince him that those two won't, unless he's paid you to protect him.
Okay. If he wants
Yeah,
to pay us,
he doesn't trust them or trust us, but he thinks we'll be more likely to protect him if he pays us.
If he feels better paying us, then I guess he'd take his money.
We wouldn't want to dishonor him.
Like, take my money.
Just looking at the bag and looking at you.
Cocker's tail kind of creeps up and kind of like drops the money around and pulls it off the bed.
It blinks a little differently than what you're used to. Sounds like wood.
Wait.
You open it.
The tail does.
Out falls about 10 tokens,
Okay.
and they have feathers on them.
Feathers? Aether, you have feathers. This is your kindred.
Anybody with Arcana can roll.
Okay.
Actually, you guys have been through enough Arcana. Yeah. You've been through enough Arcana, everybody can roll it at this point.
19.
Well,
Cool.
wait, no. 14. I did the math wrong.
Stelios?
What am I rolling?
This would be Arcana.
I got a 1.
So I said, oh shit.
I mean, for Arcana, that's probably okay for Stelios, right? He's more of a bronze guy, yeah.
Magic make pretty colors,
Sparkles. Back. Five. Okay.
Alright, so. Nice.
Sweet. Aether, you go ahead and realize that this is indeed. Wasn't sure what that was. I hadn't heard that symbol before. You recognize these as feather, right? As feather fall tokens.
Yes, yes.
Bedfall token.
He says, yeah, I used them to get down the side. I used them to get down the side of the cliffs if I fell. I would use one of these and they would slow my fall and I could crash onto something else. They're worth some money, I just, ready to get out of here. Oh. And either the brothers are gonna kill me or the Brotherhood's going to kill me, so at this point, there's a side door. Windows.
You know you're dead man, and
He is terrified.
We'll take that. We should be able to give that to Mort to sell.
You could give those Featherfall tokens to Mort over at Mort's Magic Emporium.
Yeah. He wants some magical items and stuff.
Hey, Sadok, can I have a couple of them?
Do you really need this?
I'm online.
You never know, I might need to do something on a caper.
I'm online.
Just two? Okay.
So someone that's not me is the leader. I'm just saying. Mort said he wanted magical items to sell.
I want one.
You're the leader.
I want one.
I guess the other 8 are yours then, to give to Mort.
Unless Aether wants two. Okay, Aether gets two.
7 goes.
No, I think that we should be able to get whatever shit we want, and then the rest we can sell.
So how many are you taking?
One.
And how many are left for Mort?
7 are left for Mort.
Okay, anybody else want one? Hopper, open the door. Hey, who wants a token?
Feather tall token.
If you fall off the side of a building, you can use it and it'll slow you.
And right,
Yeah.
we should have
Imagine
them until we get back to Belgrade.
Stelios wants one.
Stelios doesn't get one. Hopper says.
Wait, hold on.
Fine, Stelios can have one.
4 so far.
4 so far have been taken.
Okay, I'm gonna take the other 6 and stuff them down the front of my pants.
That will stop Hopper. Just saying.
Where's her tail?
Cocker's tail goes in. No, I'm at.
Domino, do you want one?
One, I got 6. What are you fucking talking about?
Right
That's
on.
awesome.
Right on. Okay, I dig it.
Okay.
Maybe Lipsy.
Oh, Lipsy wants one.
You got wings.
Stelios,
Yes.
you and Orion are both given this news.
By the Fräulein.
By the Fräulein, and the others will be coming out here soon. What?
I turn to my brother. If this is true, I say we put our differences aside for the moment and deal with them.
If this is true, you being the slightly older of us is entitled to the axe. And if this is true, I need to meet with some people before they do something badly. My men,
Are you talking as Orion?
yes, my men
Okay.
were told that when I returned, that they were to ensure that you were not here, and if you were here, they were to wait outside the city for my return so that we could attack. So I need to let them know what's going on. Secondly, the axe is rightfully yours, and you are our leader, and I have no qualms with that. But if what you're saying over dinner here is true about the Varashians and why you needed the axe so badly, then I better take care of this brotherhood while you take care of your sword and use the axe to unite the people of the North.
Stelios offers his arm out in truce with his brother.
The nurse for you two kind of looks at you both and says, I told you there was no way that this could have happened the way you think it did, and that you two should just stop fighting. And she kind of pulls her hair back a little bit and heads back to that corner and sits down. Stelios,
Yes.
you and your brother have made amends at this point in time. He does tell you that that if you want, he can take care of this malicious group with your permission, but that it might be wiser for you again to head off and unite the tribes with the axe.
Orion, I leave this order to you. You have our full military complement at your disposal to rid us of these people. There is only one thing I ask.
Yes, brother?
You bring the leader to me. I will execute him with the axe.
Very good.
Well, you guys know you're gonna fight.
If it can be
back,
helped.
okay?
If he chooses to die in combat, then he chooses to die in combat. But if he can be captured, he is to be captured.
It'll be done.
Okay.
All right. So you let
Is
your
Bag
brother.
still in the room with me?
Huh?
Is Bag still in the room with me?
Yes.
Yeah, Bags. Okay. Bags, I have a question for you.
What is it?
Will you help lead my people in healing from this accursed order that has plagued us for so many years?
I will help you guys.
So, Mr.
You die.
Your brother takes off to go get his troops in order. He says he'll return as soon as he's sent the message to them. All right. So with this newfound information, and you and your brother not fighting at the moment in time, I will give you just a minute here to kind of decide what you're thinking your next move might be.
Like me personally,
Well,
or like the group?
Between you guys, right?
Aether's gonna peek her head out the window. Is it alright if I bring him out now? Is that gonna hurt him?
Stelios?
Yes, you may bring him out. I will not hurt him. Everybody here in my kingdom is under command to not hurt him. Anybody who disobeys that will be put to death.
You hear that?
The guards kind of look a little bit frosty and frothy at the mouth because they haven't had anybody walk off the planks of the cliff for a little while. So.
Chopper pinches the guy in the back, stares at Stelios. He goes, ow.
Ouch!
Bring it on.
Bring it on, Stelios! Alright, so, you guys walk.
He goes, sorry, buddy.
You guys walk the Chester out, and everybody's sitting in merriment and having a good jovial conversation about, the idea that the brothers are reuniting, etc. And just as everybody starts to sit down and get back to their meals, which had to be rewarmed by the staff. Well, yeah, and they're just a little put off by that, but they'll rewarm your meal. So they rewarm the food for you, and just as you sit down to a once again rewarmed and hot meal, does Orion burst through the door? They're slaughtered, all of them. They're dead. He looks extremely distraught, and as though he has his hands like in blood and bodies or something, because his hands are like writhed in blood. And they left you this. He hands you a letter, Stelios. Second one of the night. Man, Stelios' literacy skills are really being put to the test here.
Ah, shit. Damn you, Mount Vernon.
Oh shit. Hey, I teach there. Anyway. So.
Alright.
So, go ahead.
I read the second letter.
Okay, so you read through the second message, and it
This
says.
is why they're destroying your lungs there, Stelios.
It says, consider you and your brother both dead. We have you surrounded. There's no way that you can defeat us and our sympathizers. What say you? Send Raven by dawn. And your brother, he straight up tells you, I think they're being honest because when I got out there, all 30 of my men were dead.
You know, I'm going to let Kakra the Wise answer this one.
Seems they can use the size of food.
The village is currently surrounded by the Brotherhood of Akatosh. Someone leaked that Stelios had returned. So, they killed all of...
Even Stelios, I guess.
Pardon?
Even Stelios, I guess. Sacrifice one for the greater good. Bye, Stelios.
No. Disagree. We're not gonna do it.
He deferred
We're gonna
to
feed
me.
him the mouthy Dragonborn instead.
Give him the nasty Dragonborn instead.
Hey, Aether, he called us nasty dragonborn.
I said mouthy.
He called us mouthy dragonborn.
I was only referring to you.
Dragonborn is plural.
No, it's not. It's singular.
Your brother is standing there
Dragonborn.
drenched in blood looking at the elephant like, are they really doing this?
They have a lot of sexual frustration among each other.
Ew, no.
Huh.
Yeah, definitely no.
No.
My brother has always been into weird things, but still, if they've got us surrounded, what are we going to do?
We fight!
We give him Stelios, they'll go away. It'll be great.
Does the place
Ooh, I
have
think I have,
like,
hold on, I have an idea. Hold on.
trebuchets or
He says,
Hold on.
no? Any trebuchets or catapults or something you can
We
use?
can go old school cockroaches.
we don't have siege weapons, but we do have ranged weapons we can use.
We can go old school cockroaches way more than beautiful ones.
Yeah, I could. That works pretty good. That works really good with the giants and with the fucking cult
So they-
people and yeah, Connor could just go talk to them.
So they- So he says, I don't know that that's going to work, but I can send out a scout and arrange for a meeting with their leaders.
Scout would even look good.
That's true. I look to you, brother. You are the older, wiser one.
We will not go quietly into the night like they think we shall. We will not cower. We will protect what is ours, and we will live. They shall die. They shall bleed from the neck down. They shall not have heads or eyes or ears. When they enter the underworld, they will be blind, dumb, and deaf, and then all will know who they attempted to kill.
Nothing really harsh.
Your men seem to be rather enthused with your speech, and your guard said, yeah, send the scout out there, and when their leader comes, we'll ambush him and kill him. Then they'll run.
Go bite his fucking head off!
They won't
Nice.
take your germs.
They took our jabs!
To the old guard.
So it would
Go really neat.
So it would appear as though your guards have come up with the plan that you should send the scout out and then ambush them when they come. Let's try the way.
Okay, I'm cool with that. Let's do it.
It seems so underhanded and messy.
Well, let's like the tribal folk kind of look at the Dragonborn for a minute. Well, that's kind of what we do, though.
This is true.
Doesn't
How
seem
far
to
is
be
it to the ship?
doesn't seem to be perpetuating like a
It's
lifetime of problems. Like
Probably
we
a
could-
15-minute walk.
Hey, cockroach.
Yeah.
They do have a cannon on that ship.
Uh-huh. Cannon seems more direct than underhandedness, and I am all for directness.
Well, that could work too, and so the people there will tell you that, well, they more seem to be directing the information towards Stelios and his brother, but they tell you that there's no way they'll be able to get scouts out to let the other tribe leaders know about the axe if we can't get out of here. So that one way or another, we've got to.
What does the town kind of look like, that geography? Like, what?
itself consists of really of two buildings. The Crunchios Towers and the Crunchios Tower and the main hall where the log house where everybody lives. So log house is 2 stories tall.
Okay, it's a small little thing.
Right, it's not very big. And so a majority of the people that live in this area live in small tents surrounding these houses.
Okay.
And they build fires and that's how they live.
Okay.
So they're pretty tribal. So,
That's the idea I had that.
what were you thinking?
All walls. That'd be perfect.
Maybe. There are tents. Animal height, like the. Oh, I'll get some pictures. Yeah, like a lot, like almost like a wooden structure with pellets covered. So, yeah, that's kind of their tent setup. Smokehouses, whatever you call it. So you're thinking about cannonading these guys, huh? Blowing them up with some cannon, are you?
I mean, sounds better than like underhanded ambush bullshit. Stand down and get blown up. Here's some vision. Alright, now you're gonna listen to Kafka?
Yeah, Stelia's
Yeah.
diverted to you.
Alright, well I said give him Celia. You don't like that idea, so.
Celia didn't like it.
Yeah, let's listen to Cochran, see what Cochran has to say,
All
except
in
if she
favor of
says.
handing over Celia's, raise your hand.
I'm more worried about the guy that pays.
Alright, fine. Cox says, I got this. She walks out and says, hey! Who's in charge here?
The guards kind of look at you,
And point at somebody.
pointing at Stelios and,
Celia's in charge of the ambush guys?
oh, well, we don't, well, come with us, ma'am.
Alright.
They walk you out to the,
Outside to the people surrounding the village.
to the guard tower area, and there are a large sizable group of tribesmen surrounding the, exterior of the village.
Hey, who's in charge here?
A larger man steps out, from the, back of the crowd. Looks like there's a larger carriage, kind of one of those carriage carriages.
A palanquin?
Hmm? What's that?
A palanquin? Is one of those little like things that are carried by dudes?
Yes, yes.
Palanquin?
It's a palanquin, yes.
Okay.
And he kind of steps out. I am Grand Master of the Akatash. Are you ready for surrender terms, Lizard?
It's not lizard, it's Cockra. And
Kakra?
fuck no. Cockra says,
All we want is the axe. And the rest of your people can live.
my people.
Their people, and you included.
What? Please, how would you come down here? Come a little bit closer. Get off of that little.
I'm not Grand Master because I'm a fool, dragon.
You created that just because you're a.
I'm Grand Master because I can do things.
Like
A
what?
little sparkle comes from his hand as he puts it.
Conquer casts prestidigitation to sparkles too. She's like, woohoo! Sparkles.
Hmm.
What now?
I have knowledge of the area, and I'm telling you right now that if you allow these 2 gentlemen to hold that axe, terrible things will come of it.
Why?
You think they're going to relinquish the power of the tribes once your war is over?
Maybe?
You.
The main question is, what are you gonna be doing?
Yeah, Bag steps out and helps Cocker understand things.
he's pretty scroungy looking dude. with
All looking
furs.
human.
Yeah. Well, all right. Apparently you do have some kind of magics or something going on here. There's lizards and all kinds of animal folk. But no, so now, what was the understanding that you had?
My understanding is that you beat me in an arm wrestle, and we'll give up. You have to beat me in an arm wrestle.
You're their leader?
Yep.
So what about the other two?
What about them?
They've sent you as their champion.
They listen to me.
I will send my champion as well then.
No, I'm nobody's champion. I'm the leader, Finn's leader. So,
Well, that's not how our rules work at all around
well,
here.
that's how my rules work. So
Well,
you have to deal
well,
with
I
it.
don't like those rules.
Well, tough shit. I don't like your rules either.
Well, the tribal lands, if I challenge with my champion, they challenge with their champion. That's how that works.
But
This
the
stuff what it
champions
is.
aren't challenging. Leaders are challenging.
So you want to fight me?
Yep. Let's go. Arm wrestle right now.
Stelios steps out.
He says, there's no way I can beat you in an arm wrestling match.
Well, then I guess you're weak. Then you lose. Are you forfeiting?
Just because I spend my time governing and taking care of things and not on the trails doesn't mean I don't have a champion in my stead to fight.
I'm not asking for a champion. I'm asking for you. I govern and
I
lead
invoke-
things too.
I invoke the tribal rules of allowing me to use a champion. Stelios, you've never heard this before. He's good rolling
Well,
his eye, everybody.
Tribal rules is leader versus leader, and since I'm the leader of this village, you fight me.
Well, the 14 works since they're arguing for stuff.
I just happened to be employed before I came back here by this nice dragonborn.
He says, oh, I understand. So she is your champion, but I won't be sending my champion. It'll be us. Is that what I understand, Stelios?
No, if you want my village, you can have it over my cold dead body. Send your men over these walls. I'll bloody them all.
So no leader versus leader. You'd rather all your people die.
My people won't die. Hey, Conqueror, by the way, I'm hiring the misled moguls to fight.
All right, money up front.
So where is he?
I pay whoever
You're
lives.
gonna have to think about
You have
this
to pay
first.
Stalda.
You want
Stalda
enough
will take
of-
payment.
Where's the Grandmaster at?
How
He
much
is,
payment?
Grandmaster.
You can negotiate that.
I will give you half the treasury.
What's this guy's name?
Which
Hey,
is 3 gold,
what's the
3,000 gold,
what's the Grandmaster's
30,000
name?
gold.
Half the treasury.
We do not agree to these terms.
Grandmaster Akatosh.
Oh,
Well, that makes it hard.
It's a title more than it is anything else. Huh.
Stout Oak, you may take whatever you wish as payment. Except the
Damn.
axe.
Except the axe. Good save.
Stelios test.
Kakra, does whatever we wish to take satisfy you for payment?
works for me.
Yay!
I wish Zell was back. We would have gotten scammed so hard right there.
Well, you're in charge of the money, dude.
I wish Sal was
You're in
back.
charge of the negotiations and the decisions.
All right, well, never mind, Stelios. Whatever Stalda says.
So, wait a second now. We need a new negotiator for sales. Is that what?
Yes.
Apparently.
Max is coming, guys. He's.
Yeah, he just took tonight.
He may even want to get in on the Phoenix franchise.
Kakra is going to talk to Grandmaster Akatosh.
All right. What are you saying, Cockroach?
He's gonna cast Vicious Mockery.
Oh,
Cocker's,
shit.
Cocker's starting the fight, everybody.
She
Initiative is.
She says, your mama's so weak she got hit with a pebble and got knocked the fuck out.
looks at you and says, "Well, how do you know my mother?" Go ahead.
Take.
What do I roll to save versus that? Is that a saving throw?
Wisdom save.
That's right.
Yeah, I have 104 initiative.
You failed it.
You have a what?
104 is an initiative?
Sometimes.
No, there is no way that is correct. Hold on, let me check my.
That's giving you plus 84.7.
Hold on, I'm checking my character sheet. If something's wrong.
That X didn't do that much for you. He has the
Oh
2d.
yeah. My dexterity's 80. My constitution's 80. That's wrong.
You take.
Someone's padding their stats a bit.
Yeah, I'm trying to edit it. It won't let me.
I'm joking.
That is
That's happened
awkward.
before
What?
around here.
If you've got a physical copy of it, just make sure you write it down and roll it home for right now.
Alright.
Use those sexy dice trays you got from OGA.
You take 5 damage. And disadvantage on his next attack.
Alright. Initiative. Hold on, let me check my initiative bonus.
He says, Papa says, your mama's so
Alright, I
weak.
rolled a 17 for an initiative.
Alright.
Your mama's so weak that when I throw a pebble at her, she gets knocked the fuck out.
Okay. He's disadvantaged and hurt by your wounds. So let's get initiatives rocked out here. So Ether is 21. Stelios, what were you again?
17.
I
Bags?
got a 20.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll a 9. Look, you know.
I'd seen you pack up earlier. I wasn't sure if you were getting ready to take off or what was up. Okay. And then who else do we have on the docket here?
Cocker at a 16.
Cocker 16. Stelios. You already gave me yours 16. I meant Stout Oak
105,
20?
20. Damn.
105.
Grunhilda's a 14.
What's Fräulein got a 14?
Yes.
The sexy Fräulein. Okay. And then enemy, so the Grandmaster, ooh, 23. We might have time for one round tonight. And then, oh shit. Yeah, you guys are going before all of the soldiers. The soldiers only got 11. Okay. Alright, he will go first. Haha. Take that. Misled vocals. If that is your real name, and it isn't.
Disadvantage, Grandmaster.
It's my real fake name.
Ooh, shit, disadvantage on the grand. You're an ass. Alright. Dang it, he doesn't get advantage. Okay. He's gonna roll with disadvantage. He is hurling a large javelin at Kakra.
He's like, my mama's not weak.
My mom's not weak!
My mama likes rock. What?
Good thing you did that disadvantage. Because he would have critted on a javelin.
Nah.
Yeah. So, he missed you.
Great.
It flies past you. He moves back behind his troops.
Cocker's like, you wussy boy.
Yeah, he's a big coward.
You
That's for
big
sure.
wussy boy.
And you can hear him yell, "They opened the gates!"
Okay.
And that's the end of his turn. Then it goes to Aether, who got a 21. And to then, that's how they talk around here. So, thinking, three's up there, camera here, middle, so we can get all four perspectives of people. One more street. They'll get it all set up. you took a feat that let you get more HP?
Uh-huh.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you have to put on a feet so much more.
Yeah.
More feet.
We're OG moguls.
Agony of defeat. Alright. Aether? Alright.
Flip a coin. Evens or odds?
Even.
Even sleep, odds, locker. And the 14. So sleep. Unless you don't like that, then you can switch to odds.
Kayla, did I give you your dope dice?
Or dope dice.
Your dope dice? think so.
Okay.
Oh, I got something fun.
Yeah, it's from Gen Con. Look at the one.
Dope.
Dope! I got one for Tristan as well. And he ended up getting a whole set, I think.
Oh, it's purple.
That's awesome.
So what do you think of that, Jen?
What's that? Asleep? How'd you do with it? Cast at the higher level. 57 on these guys, okay. So it starts smallest hit points first. So you knock out one of his guys.
Knock the bug out.
Take the battery down for some reason.
Are you plugged in?
Yeah.
Dude, we haven't had that issue all day in our house. Like, I ride this guy like crazy fast. We think it's either a
That is
ghost
awkward.
or
I
some kind
remember
of
that.
an
That's
energy
good,
sucker.
The plug should work. The flip should work. Try the top flip ones. Should work. Blowing fuses or anything. Here, plug this in. If the little light comes on it, on the side, then those are on. I wouldn't know why it would be reacting that way. Huh, that's weird. Maybe it's something with your, maybe your connection with your.
Your mama's so weak when she stretches, she
You know what I
breaks
mean,
her
from your
arm.
battery pack to your cord.
Your mama's so weak she got crushed by a feather. That's your better ones on here.
Did I do it? Pardon? Yeah, okay, I was gonna say, yeah, sometimes those cables can be a little weird. Yeah, one of the guys, falls asleep. Good job. Who's next? That would be, not Zell, Stout Oak.
Are we where we are in roll 20?
If you would've walked out with everybody, which I assume you did,
Yeah.
right? Everybody walked out there because when Stelios walked out, everybody probably followed him to see what was going on.
Yep. Alright, then I am doing
You can move wherever you need to.
this,
Guardian of Faith.
casting Guardian of Faith right here, right in the middle of the entrance into the town.
Yeah, what's the radius, huh?
I can cast it anywhere within 30 feet. On action,
Uh-huh.
it lasts 8 hours. A spectral guardian appears, hovers for duration. Blah blah blah. Any creature hostile to me that moves into the space within 10 feet of the guardian for the first time on a turn must succeed on Dex saving throw. The creature takes 20 radiant damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. And then the guardian vanishes when has dealt a total of 60 damage.
Okay. And they have to step in what was the radius you said again?
So, any hostile creature that moves into space within 10 feet of the guardian
10 feet. Thank you, sir.
for the first time, or if they are already in that radius and they start their turn. And it's 20 radiant damage on failed save, or 10 on a successful.
20
And
on.
it only can,
Okay, that is very doable. All right.
alright.
So let's kick it over to Stelios. You're up next.
this a guy right here?
That's one of your guards.
Haha, that's funny.
Ouchies. Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna attack this guy.
Great spell. Okay. You're running up to him with your blade.
Yep, with the Sword of Vengeance.
Okay. You'll have to roll the radiant damage thing.
Which one?
Stout Oak, do you get to decide who it attacks? Who it affects?
No,
Okay, so he has to roll. What's the save on it?
attack save 17.
Ow. Okay, I didn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
All
No,
right.
it's a hostile creature.
Oh, hostile. Then you're fine. Thank you.
Oh,
Well,
okay. So that-
Stelio's pretty hostile. No.
Hostile to, well, I was going to say to me, but hostile to me too, right?
Nice. All right, go ahead, Stelios. You don't have to make that roll, I guess.
Okay, so roll for attack does a 16 hit.
It'll hit one of the minions, yes. I put a little face on him.
Alright, the minion takes 9 damage. Alright, I'm going to use I'm gonna swing again, obviously, because I have 2 attacks. Does a 12 hit.
12 will miss.
Alright, I'm going to use my I'm gonna use extra attack.
Okay.
3rd swing in there. Does a 15 hit.
Yes.
Alright, and he'll take 7 more damage.
How much total?
16 total.
Okay. Sorry, my brain doesn't do math well. I had to think about how much to take off of me. Okay.
Don't forget you have inspiration.
You do have inspiration. That's right. Okay. That would take it to Kakra
Yeah.
and Bags. So we are going to be able to get one turn in before we end tonight. And I'm hoping we can talk about getting together sooner than later. I want to get these gates all open before the first of the year.
Those are not spells, but
Bags, if you want to prep an action like that, think of what you're going to do.
Oh, I already know that.
Okay. Same with Fräulein, if she wants to think about what she's gonna do, you might wanna have that on deck or have an idea what you're gonna do with her.
I already know what I'm gonna do with Fräulein.
Okay. Try to think ahead of what you guys are gonna do on your actions, so we can keep things rolling.
Okay. Kakra is here.
Yep.
Alright. And this little glowy guy here.
Yeah, the glowy guy, yep.
Who's that?
That's, the guardian spirit that, Stout Oak so willingly cast. Looks a lot like Various Nyala.
And then these dudes here, those are all
Yeah,
daddies.
yeah.
Alright. So Kakra, as a bonus action, before she does her original action, pull out her fiddle and start playing some, like, I don't know, what's epic? What's epic?
Some hardcore,
Like Metallica or some
some
shit.
hardcore Finnish death metal.
Yeah.
Cause like the Norwegian like black metal scene is like the toughest in the world, I guess.
Yeah,
so.
she starts playing some of that shit on some violin.
Oh.
And that gives everybody a charge, all of my allies. So, Aether, Stout Oak, Bags, and Stelios, and Fräulein. That's all our buddies, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that gives all of them a...
She's the master
Bardic
fiddle.
Inspiration, yes. Alright, so
Okay.
I have 3 more charges.
Alright.
Everybody gets that. Bardic Inspiration is now a D10. So
Yep.
D10 and all that fun stuff.
Everybody adds a
Hooray!
D10 to their roll, any roll they want to make, skill or attack wise.
Alright, so then Kakra is gonna move 5, 10, 15, 50, 5, 10,
that's Stelios and a guard. So you might want to get these two
That's
dudes up
Stelios?
here. That's one of his guards, and that's Stelios right
Oh,
there.
okay,
So
alright,
you might
we
want to
can
go
do
up here and get these
5,
two.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
There you go.
Alright, these two guys.
Okay.
Talker casts Burning Hands. Flame shoot from Talker's fingertips and a 15-foot cone. They must make a dex save.
Yeah, that'll hit both of them. Okay, dex
They must make
save.
a dex save.
Your spell DC save, from looking at your sheet here, is a 15. The first one will fail. The second one will make it.
Alright, so second guy takes half damage, first guy takes full
Okay,
damage.
ooh, just threw my 20, threw a d20 down and rolled 20. Bags, you can go ahead and start telling me what you're going to do as she's rolling damage here.
Do they both take the same? Okay, alright, so 8, 6, 12. First you take 12, second you take 6. Come on.
12 and 6. Go ahead, Tristan.
Just cast the Crusader's Mantle.
Okay, what does that do?
Aura 30 feet around me, and friendly creatures, they get to have an extra 1d4 radiant damage when they attack a wolf by a weapon.
Oh man.
Nice, and that's how many allies?
Anybody that's 30 feet within me.
Okay, so within 30 feet of Mr. Bags. Are you moving anywhere before casting?
I'm not moving anywhere.
Okay.
Also, keep in mind, people, that you also get like a +1 to.
Okay, well, you get that.
If you're next to
What?
me, you get +1 to like resistance to like spells.
Okay. So if you're not, if you're with adjacent to them,
Adjacent to me, yeah, like right next to me.
and what's the? I'm writing down all the active spells right now. I know I've got Spartic Inspiration out there.
Yep.
We got Guardian Spirits active right now for 1 turn. Sleep, I've got that marked on him. Yep. And he'll be rolling each one of his turns. What was the name of the spell, Tristan? You're fine.
So there's aura protection around me that's within 10 feet.
Okay.
So friendly creatures, they will be getting a +1 to their saving throw.
Alright.
Okay. And what was the name of that spell?
And this is just the
Ability?
that's around me.
Okay. What was the 30-foot range one you
That
got?
is called Crusader's Mantle.
Crusaders. Man. Okay,
1d4
cool.
weapon attack.
Alright, so here's the deal. Sexy Fräulein, what are you doing? Thank you, Bags.
Charging forward.
She's charging in. Okay.
Yep. 1, 2, 3. Alright. She's gonna, let's see, she was there. What is it? Every space is 5 feet?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. And you can move 30 feet per turn, correct?
Yes.
Alright, making sure.
Yes,
Alright,
sir.
I'm gonna be swinging at this guy right here that I'm highlighting right now.
Okay. 1. Go ahead.
19 hits, correct?
Yes.
Alright, he takes 8 damage on the first swing.
Okay. You too, Tristan. Take care.
16,
Be safe.
does 16 hit?
16 will hit.
Alright. Takes 5 on the second. I'm gonna use, on her, I'm gonna use extra attack as well.
Okay.
Does a 14 hit?
A 14 will hit. Yes, hit. Yep.
22 damage total.
Wow, that's good.
Dude, I really love this dice tray, by the way.
Oh, nice, thank you. Yeah, we got the other one put back for you. So
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my PayPal.
that's all right. So hey, listen up. During the enemy's turn, 4 more of the scouts on their end show up, probably from the guy yelling. They're not within range to attack yet. They're climbing up over the fissure at this moment in time, the cliffside. So, I'm going to hold off on their turn until next game. Okay, so we want to real quick thank everybody for joining us tonight who might have watched. We are going to be having a finite stream set up here soon, so where the production value is going to be going up and everything there, which will be fun. We want to thank Arkenforge, Roll20. We want to thank Stat Trackers for their new items we picked up. All the dice companies we've worked with, ChessX, Easy Roller, all those places. We want to thank Arkenforge, Hero Forge, Incarnate. Really couldn't have done it without you guys. Again, thanks so much for showing up and watching tonight. We are going to sign off for the evening. We'll be back in a few weeks. Just stay tuned to the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram for more updates.